Do you ever look to invest in a mixed-use property? If you do, stay tuned, as in this video I will be talking about one thing that you need to make sure you do not get your sight out of when doing your due diligence. If you see the property right behind us, you've got the white block with the whole brown building at the back. This was a nursery this was a property that we acquired about 3 months ago. The property involved having a nursery at the back, a 7-bedroom HMO and 2 retail units. Now, while doing our due diligence, the property really stacked up well. With all the numbers, it really stacked up well. When doing the local authority searches, the planning documents, everything passed, so it was a fantastic deal. However, while doing the searches, while doing our due diligence, we recognized that although it had 4 self-contained units, the nursery, the 2 retail units and the 7-bed HMO, it only had 1 electric meter and 1 gas meter. So that meant that all the tenants in the building were using the gas of just that 1 meter and all the electric just off that 1 electric meter. So of course, because we saw that, we had to budget in how much it was going to cost us to convert the property to becoming self-contained. So as we acquired it, we first of all had to factor in the budget to make it to have the separate electric and gas meters. We got in touch with Western Power and Cadent. Western Power for having 4 separate electric meters in there, and Cadent to help us get 4 gas meters in there. We signed off the FRI leases with all the tenants. These are fully repairing and insuring leases. That means the tenants are responsible for their own maintenance, insurance, and literally everything that comes with the property. So that's what we did. Second step, get in touch with Cadent and Western Power. So while we did that, Western Power came back with a quote of about £25,000 to have the 4 separate electric meters. So that was a bit enormous. And Cadent had their quote in the region of about £10,000. So while we did have that into our budget, we came with a different idea. What if we put in prepaid meters for every single unit? Now again, the one concern was because it was going off the 1 main meter, all the supply was getting registered into that 1 main meter. So that means we had to separate the pipe work as well. Now, when separating the pipe work, again, that does get costly, doesn't it? Because technically that also impacts all the businesses in there, because they have to shut off their businesses if they're working Monday to Sunday, or allow us to work over the weekends to cut off all that pipe work and to make new pipe works. So essentially that was also going to cost us about £10,000. Then the final thing we decided to do is that the 2 retail units, they will not have gas, electric only. So that makes it very easy to put in a prepaid meter for the electric only. The 7-bed HMO, that was running off the main meter, and for the nursery at the back, all we had to do was impact their business, put in a new pipe from them to the new sub meter we were going to put. So technically now they're not running off the 1 meter. There's a 1 meter. It's feeding the HMO, and from the same meter it's feeding the nursery as well. So you're having 2 prepaid meters rather than just a 1 supply feeding the HMO, then from there feeding the nursery. It makes it a bit more complicated that way. So with the route we went through with, it's tend to save us a lot of money, and of course it feeds the purpose of the tenants being on FRI leases. So everyone's paying for their own bills. So just that one thing that you should be wary of when you do buy a mixed use or a commercial property. You want to make sure that although they are self-contained units, they do have their own separate electric and separate gas meters, because if they don't, then again it defeats the purpose of the FRI leases, that you want something hands off. The previous landlord was paying the bills for their tenants, so it was all inclusive. However, we felt because this property had so much potential, as you can see just around it, we've got a school behind me. That's the property with the white building, and you've got Iceland, Poundland, and that's just the high street down there. You've got all the banks down there and all that. So it's obviously got a lot of potential, and with this process that we've gone with, I think it fits the purpose and does it quite well. So if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, comment in the section below what you think about this, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the next videos.